Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So for today's intention, we're going to use, I don't really have an intention, I just wanted to kind of use some different things in it, but we'll use the Divine Guidance cards. And I always like those ones because I get to use more of like my third eye and intuition, because they're just like really abstract pictures. And then we're going to use my spiritual reading cards, which used to be my grandma's. And then I just wanted to do a little bit of tea leaf reading as well. So I've already kind of drank majority of it. I'm just going to take the last sip and then let it sit and settle, and then we'll get into the cards. So let's do one more. This one was kind of annoying because I made a chai tea and it had lavender in it, and every time I would do it, the lavender would float. So okay, so we'll let that settle. Maybe there's a little bit too much liquid in it. Let's just get this one spot here. Okay. Actually, let's just put that down for the cards. I don't want to get the cards wrecked. Okay, good to go. So Spirit, what's up? Okay, so we got 31, and first instinct is like perfectly balanced. As above, so below, connected in the heart. So that's good energy. We've got 33. It was in reverse, so we'll take that as reverse. And they say 2 more of these and just 1 of those. Because I told them I want to use more of my gifts. I don't want to read as much. So that one's giving me leather and lace vibes. But the main thing out here is all I see is purple, green, and yellow are the only colors showing up. As I said, that it mixed it up. And then we'll do 1 of these. So, what's this one saying? Let's not read it. I don't want to read it yet. I want to look into the story. So, I want to hold them all up just to show you how much purple, yellow, and green are on on here. And then we got this one, which yellow stands out in that one. So, let's just start from the beginning. Okay, so when I look at this, I'm really getting a content and happy, stable home. It's because you've gone within, you've gone into the heart. It really balanced the emotional and security things, but then it also brought in the creative and inspirational from above. And so that kind of blends into all areas around you. Because as we bring it in, it's almost like this swirling field they're showing me. So your aura or everything in it, it's like this, but it's all around and you're in the middle is what I'm seeing. And when you work on your energy, when you clear up your energetic field, it affects all areas of your life. It affects home, finances, relationships, everything. When you start healing, you can't be like let's take health. I want to lose weight. Why did you gain the weight? It's almost like a trigger of everything within. So once you start healing one thing, you heal all things, because you are now filling up your cup with better resources or energy or whatever it is that is your situation. So I'm seeing contentment. So as the above and below come, I'm seeing it go out this way. And to me, that's more like timeline now, where the other one was just focused. There was no time in that. It was very present. So by working on yourself, it did that timeline. It's now starting to clear up the past. So that could be ancestral family karma, but I'm not getting that that's what this is. This is just about you, they say. We don't care about that. This is just you and your power. So the things that you did when you were younger, you've healed up those moments. And in the future, what do you want to tell me about the future? They're just saying it looks bright, especially this eye in the middle. It's like I see where I'm going because I understand where I'm coming from. Now, I'm getting little beings come in. I'm seeing up here. Let me see what kind I'm getting. It might be more, it's either angelic or it's like a starseed kind of vibe. So I'm hearing galactic. I'm getting, and that's what, okay, so on a reading the other day, when I did this one, it kind of looked like a dog, and that reading was all about Sirius, but it's not associated in this. I'm just remembering last time I ever saw this card, it was Sirius. It was serious matter. No, it wasn't. But the 33 in this is important, they say. This one's giving me leather and lace. Beauty and grace. And that is now going to 33, master number 33. So it is in the reverse just because they want to talk about this timeline and how this timeline, they say it's so important to know where you're going, where you came from, so that you can know where you're going. The past is so important. We don't want you to dwell on there, but we want to understand. We want you to understand how you got to your circumstances at this very moment. We don't want you to look at it and hold judgment or shame or regret or pride or whatever emotion kind of comes up. What about happiness and joy? They said, no, we just want you to observe and understand. All right. So yeah, it's definitely a more galactic energy rather than angels. These ones are like very calculated book. It's almost like they're showing you math and science, like more like this kind of stuff. Like everything has a cause and reaction. That's what the timeline is. And so if you keep reacting at the past, I don't know, you're just not gonna figure it out, they say. So in this very moment, I'm seeing everything just be content and peaceful. And because it is that, all areas around you, you're in this force of you. That's where, again, this now opens. Because when you're stuck in your mind or you have all these problems or you're looking outside yourself, I'm seeing an Easter egg hunt, which a lot of Jesus energy is coming through this too. I got that with the master number 33. And then I saw Jesus come in. And then so the Easter egg hunt, right? What do you want to share about this? It's about becoming the master of your own destiny. Not letting someone else tell you that they have more answers than you, because it's only when you get to that peaceful moment in that balance when you can take charge. And it's so subtle, and they keep saying it's like, if you guys only knew how easy it would be to shift your reality, you wouldn't waste so much time swimming against the current. And so as these currents are going, they're very much in the flow, and they're harmonious, and they feel good. There's no block. So once you start to control it, it starts to get lethargic, they say. I'm seeing it slow down now. And what about it? It stops and then it solidifies. And we think that this solidification, or like when something manifests, that it's like a good thing. we want to see physical things outside of ourselves that turn into materials that we could see. But they're like, just let the energy flow right now. You want to take this energy and make it into something solid outside of yourself. That's why the 33 is in the reverse. What do I see in the reverse? I keep seeing a sword, a violet sword. And then down here. Okay. So down here, do you see how it kind of curves up? That's the timeline. It should be straight, but it's almost like we're bending it. We're taking it and we're like trying to mold it into something that it's not meant to be. A knife is supposed to be straight and it's supposed to be sharp. And we're trying to make it, I don't know, what's their example? They're showing me a water slide and they're like, what use is that going to do when you just want to get straight to the point? Just get straight to the point, they say. There's so many loop-de-loos and curves. The spiral energy, that's what they're saying. This part is supposed to flow. But in this, we don't control this energy. This is energy that's just outside of us. But we can control the timeline, they say. So I'm not ready for that one, they say. Oh, I picked them up. We are getting to this one. And then as I did that one, it was Etta James at last started playing. And so that one, at last, my love has come along. So maybe that's something, trying to force a partnership or relationship that's not meant to be. There's still a bit of healing from the past. No, yes. Yes and no. Because in this card, everything is balanced and it's so nice. This is the current moment and it's not even realizing, it's almost like it's something to do with the past. They keep saying, like, when you look at the past, not to put the emotion on it. The joy, even. The happy. You can look at it and they're saying, yes, there is validation to your emotions and holding that frequency. But the more and more you just kind of dwell in the past, you get stuck in there. And we want you to focus on now. See things how they really are. And then when you can finally see how they really are, that's when we can add the joy or the thought, but make it be now or future focus, right? Whenever we manifest, we know how we want to feel, but we bring that into the now. It's not in the past. The past is just like data, they say, for us to look into things now. So as I saw this, it kind of turned into like a corset. And they're just talking about a little bit of energetic leaks. So they kind of showed like someone getting like, zoom, zoom, like really bringing it in and like tightening up, they say. Because when we keep looking at the past, keep knocking on the past, it almost like tears a rip in our aura. And so we've got this going and they're like, that's when it starts to slow down. It's not stopping and solidified because we're so hyper focused on something that we shouldn't be focused on. This one is kind of unaware. It's like, shoo, and then it's like open to, it's open to so many things, right? You can be drained. That's when others can kind of get their energy in and like, right, start to mess with your thoughts or, you know, just unwanted energies. So there is a need to reel it in, they say, and they're like tightening it up. And you'll know by your energy. So a lot lately, I keep feeling like touching like right here. I feel like going like this. So there's something to do with the throat. And I guess that has to do with this card because all of it was purple and crown and bringing things in, and now we're gonna bring in the blue. Whew. Yeah. Okay, what about it? I hate how cold I get. I wish I got warmer. Let's manifest that. Actually, no, when you get when you get too cold, you can't think, right? You start to slow down. When you get too hot, then sometimes you can't think either. I'm like Goldilocks right now. So what about the throat? Okay, they keep showing. I see a lot of things in this card. But what do I hear? No, I mostly see. So after you tighten things up and you kind of bring it in, they're showing, I'm almost seeing, I'm feeling and I'm seeing. It's just like all these senses. And what do I see? I see someone holding someone's face. Like, again, that's near the throat. Something to do with like maybe lymph nodes or the throat. But when I went really into it, it went, well, if that's the face, I guess that makes that the third eye. And it's interesting because it's like, okay, maybe, can you see what I see? Okay, here's the face. I kind of see like hands holding a face here. And then so here's where I'm referencing to. And that's the third eye. And it kind of opens, it like do, 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 do. And then when I looked the first time, this was actually the heart. And then this was the head. Like there's the head, there's the heart, and then the body. So something to do with the heart and the third eye, which I'm now being drawn back to this card. And that one, there's hearts around it. And this looks like an eye. So I'm going to tap in and see what the connection, they're like, you already said it, the heart and the third eye. It's the throat. What about the throat? They're bringing me to the Ascended Master here with the smile, and that's your mouth. And they said you already had the insight, you just didn't say it, you doubted yourself because then you got confused on what's the heart, what's the third eye, what's the heart. But just say what we showed you. So, back to my original insight when I saw lots of things at the same time, and it was hard to say them all at the same time. These guys are saucy. We got saucy guides today. No, they're just straight and they're to the facts. They're just data. I'm hearing the heart sing. Now, I'm not saying to actually sing, maybe Etta James or something. Say your wish, say your something. So we're talking about that energetic field and how it got ripped or opened and energy can come in. And then let's say it does go in. Now I'm seeing you work on yourself and like tightening things up again. Doop, 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 doop. But now it's some of it's in you. And so the best way to release that is a vibration or a hum. Because I don't know if you can see that close, but which one was the heart? This one. And then it's almost like there is little circles, each layer. And it's like so subtle. But they're saying hum, like humming and singing and mainly talking. Remember I kept saying, what am I hearing? Normally Spirit says less talk, more listening so that you can get the facts. But in this case, you're seeing and your heart's telling you that you need to do the talking. It's time for you to start talking because you've sat there for so long and you've gained all these insights and you've got so much data. And another thing that I did see is right here. It looked like an owl to me. And so that owl does represent the wisdom. So Spirit's saying now's not a time for you to sit back and keep collecting data and let people, I get a lot of you like to pretend, a lot of you like to not let people that you know as much as you know. And you're like, whatever, if they want to think that, let them think that. But now is this time for you to actually stand up and speak. You're going to shock a lot of people because they're going to be like, when you start talking, this is when this goes into the upright. So it was a sword before, and you're okay. Once you actually start talking, I'm seeing, remember, it started to get a little bit more lethargic because people were coming in and taking the energy, and you're trying to work the gears or the energy with other people's energy, clogging it up. And so once you start talking, that kind of vibrates it out of your system, like, gunk, be gone. And so then it's going to start flowing again. And so once it starts flowing again, I'm seeing, remember this was the smile? Now it's turned into, I'm seeing it as like a jewel, like a crown of something to do with the third eye. And so the more and more you start talking, the more and more you start sharing your heart. The more you share what you see, what you know, that's when you step into the Ascended Master energy. And so that's pretty much what Jesus was trying to teach everyone, was that you have this ability and power within you to tap into the same things that he did. And so, as I said, you don't need to keep looking in the past, looking for Easter eggs, like everything you need. Where'd everything go? What happened? You've been sitting there quietly observing, and it's time to stop being quiet. It's time to, now they say, lace up your boots and walk the walk, talk the talk. You've been silent for way too long, and you were meant to be silent, because if you had talked and shared things before you had all the facts, it wouldn't have come into full fruition. But now's the time. It's just, you waited so long, and maybe you felt like you'd never get back to that full energy. But now I'm seeing it speed up, hyper-focused. So they're saying there is a need to, if you're starting to get like, you don't want to get burnt out, right? But I don't feel like that's going to be too much of the case in this. But as above, so below. There's a need to ground that energy into productive action. We don't want you to waste this energy, because this energy is very divine. You've worked very hard for it. You've healed, not just one thing, everything. And so that's what I see. I see like the struggle bus, and I don't know, it's just like all areas of your life transform effortlessly. Now, it wasn't effortlessly. You went through so much, but it's almost like one day it was like a switch was turned or something. All of a sudden, the gears started moving again. And so now's the time to talk. I'm just seeing someone really put someone's, like, holding someone's face, just like adoringly. And so what about that? I'm getting tons of chills. It's in the future tense-ish and the past. It's very balanced. It's very equal. It's very exciting. I don't feel any it's so freaking cold. It's so intense. And so let that energy flow. And maybe if it is love, if it is that Etta James song, at last long love was coming, they're saying, don't be too cool for school type energy. Like, say what you mean. If you're excited, if you love someone, tell them, right? How many times do you live in regret and coulda, woulda, shoulda? It keeps coming up a lot, but not in this case, because now is a very exciting time. So I do want to read this card finally and see the colors. We got yellow. There was a lot of yellow in this, and even on the one card that had no yellow, it kind of did. It had light coming through, but the numbers itself, the master number 33 was yellow. I feel like this is a time of confidence. So what does this say? This says, take care of your body. Don't do anything to excess. Your body is your temple. And what I'm being drawn to is, right, we got the body, the head's gone, but the head is so it's enlightened. There's that third eye. The third eye is seeing everything. So again, that kind of comes to in everything, and it starts to really, really go, go, go. I feel like I feel like everything is just a build up. So the last couple readings was like, you know, you've gone through this period of losing something that was very hard, that you are honoring your body and these things. So now when this energy does come, to ground it. I'm hearing throw caution to the wind. So I'm being drawn to the ground, and over here is the desert period, which it's almost been through phases in the readings. It's like, yeah, we're kind of out of the desert period and then back in and then out and then in, but this is letting your sun shine. And I often get drawn to Egypt. There's lots of desert there. I took travel and tourism when I was younger, and in one of the readings, Egypt, in one of the readings, one of the projects, I had to try and I had to pick a country, and I don't even think I picked it. I think it was like given to me, and I was just so happy when I picked it. But at the time I had it, there was a lot of civil unrest going and things like that. And I was like, how am I going to want people to come to Egypt when they're fighting amongst themselves? And so I did my whole project on the desert. And it's funny because I feel like that presentation kind of is like this reading. So I was like the very, very last person to do my project at the time. And everyone else went up and they're like, I have China. China has this many people. They export this. They do this. They do this. And it was very like that. And so every student went up and almost did it the same way. And I just sat back and listened. And by the time it was my turn to go up, I was like, damn, I did this whole thing wrong. Not only that, I didn't even focus on the cities and all those things because I don't want to go there right now when they're fighting amongst themselves. This is a long time ago and it was really bad. And so what did I do? I made it like a commercial, and I made it spiritual, obviously, because I make everything a little bit spiritual. But I sold everyone on the idea of going to the desert for a spiritual awakening, and like the stars and all these things. And everyone kind of just sat in silence and was like, wow, that was so good. Like, you did it completely opposite of everyone else. And I only got 99% on my presentation. And that's because my teacher, he believed that there's always room for improvement. So he would never give 100% to anyone. But next project, I did so good that there was no way he could not give me 100%. And so that's what I said here. It's like you've sat for so long and now it's time for you to talk. And you have something so unique that like everyone's going to be like, I need to listen. Oh, that's the hens. They're going to be like sitting there like, whoa. And they're just going to be captivated by what you have to say. And so the desert, I feel like desert periods are so important for your spiritual awakening. I really do. I think you need to embrace that, especially if you want to light your sunshine. And so by doing so, you're now stepping into your Master 33 number, right? You're a master of what it is that you need to talk about right now. What you need to talk about, people would love to hear it. So I'm getting kind of excited. So let's just look into the tea leaf reading. Let me just get a little bit grounded before. I'm seeing butterflies. Purple and yellow butterflies. That's interesting because I thought that a lot more was going to stick. Because when I was drinking it, I did chai tea and all the tea and everything kind of went to the bottom. But it had lavender in it and the lavender kept sticking all around. And so something to do with Orion's belt. I was just driving home yesterday and I looked up because I don't see the stars often because there's so much overcast here. And so as I was driving home, and because I like to go to bed at bedtime, so I was out late and I looked up and I was like, doo, doo, doo. And I was like, oh, Orion's belt. Like, so nice to finally see the stars again. I'm so happy that it's like spring, summer, not as cloudy. It's a cloudy day today. What am I talking about? And whatever, just talk your talk. So I'm picturing something to do. Oh, and I see a camel too. A camel, Orion's belt. I'm hearing fall, something to do with fall. And then I'm also seeing something to do with Sagittarius season. Sagittarius or an archer. Mainly Sagittarius. When is that? That's like November, December? Okay. Let me look at the close immediate things right now though. The things right now don't make sense. There's a whole bunch of random little things, but they're saying that don't discard what you have now, even though you don't understand. And it's saying speak confidently, even though you don't fully know how this piece and this piece and this piece makes sense. But by Sagittarius season, you will understand. And I am seeing Orion's belt, so I feel like that's who's coming through. You got a little bit and the net beings from there helping us with this reading right now. So what about this camel? It's not quite a, what are you? I see a camel, or it's an alpaca or something like that. And I see a journey coming up. That's very divinely guided. I see an angel taking care of this journey, almost like guiding it. I do see a heart behind it. And so it's almost like I'm seeing, what's that book? The Alchemist. You know how he has to like leave something that he loves because he knows that this is where he's being drawn to. It's like and by doing so, I feel like, timeline, let me see. It's like, have you already left it? Or are you going to have to leave something that you think you love? And by doing so, it's really going to empower you. And that's when your real like gifts are going to start popping. You're going to step into this new role. By December, I'm seeing a dragonfly now. Okay, so Sagittarius season, I'm seeing dragonfly. So that's a transformation. So from you till December, how many months is that now? What are we at? April? About 7 or 8 months. What you love now is going to transform. Thank you. I was like, I don't feel like you really need to leave or like cut things. I feel like that most of that journey's already been done because of this, right? As it said, to look at the past just as data, not add the emotions and things like that to it. From now until then, what you think is what you're working for or what your heart desires is going to change and transform into a higher calling. I'm seeing Archangel Gabriel come through. Yeah, Gabriel's here. We got Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel. We've got Orion. And who are you? I'm seeing it's like it looks like a bat. And then I heard that girl, bats. I just freaking love bats. so something, so I got drawn to that and I thought of like Halloween or witchy or scary or something like that, you know, spooky, we'll say. Um, and that has to do a bit with the transformation. It's like something that you don't like or something that you hate. And I'm seeing black licorice now because we hate that as a kid. But as you get older, as your tastes start to refine, things like that, um, I like black licorice tea. I love black licorice tea, actually. I don't like the candy. I don't like candy in general, but I do like the tea now. And so that's what I'm kind of seeing is like the black bat brought me to black licorice. It's like changed or refined. And don't they say like our taste buds change every 7 years or something like that? And think about it, the cells in your body are constantly renewing and replenishing. So who you are now, especially when you work on that auric field and tighten things up, and you start talking and you release all the heavy things that aren't your energy, I guess those are the bats that you're going to talk about, the things you don't like or something, and it's going to transform things. So from now until Sagittarius season, when does I know like Orion kind of comes only at certain times. Does it disappear in the summer? Does it disappear in the winter? I can't remember. So maybe that's when it just, I don't know. Food for thought. When I looked up at that though, I saw the timing. It's already passed, but it was 36:36, and I just thought that was cool. What's cool about that? Well, they brought me to master number 33, and then that one was 36, and then I heard 369. So we could look into that. And is there anything else? Gabriel, what are you sharing? Which direction are we going? I heard north. I heard due north. And so above the camel is where Gabriel is. And Gabriel's just a little bit before Orion. And I'm really feeling like Orion, and Orion's right across from the Sagittarius symbol. So I don't know if it's like Sagittarius season, then you take the wheel and you go opposite. So I don't want to do that math or things right now, but Gabriel is right before it. And what she's doing, he, she, they don't really have a gender, is guiding you on the quest with the camel. And the camel is working towards Sagittarius. So let me just put this all together. You're being guided to work in your north node, your true north purpose. The arrow is guiding you. The horns are blazing for you to go in the right direction. Hello, Koopy-Doo. Do you want to be on video today? This is Koopy-Doo's. You're being guided to go in the right direction. Your true north. And so what they're saying now is like what you think is your purpose isn't quite your purpose. Once you start getting all other people's energy out of you, once that comes out, it's gonna shift the things, because I feel like it should be going this way, but it's actually going this way. There's gonna be a little bit of rewinding, but by rewinding is gonna kind of like wind it up. That's why I'm seeing the energy now. Do you want to smell? Rewinding like a toy car or something, and then letting it go. And so when you let it go, that's when the flow around you starts. And I'm being drawn to look at this card as well. My throat is getting scratchy and I don't know why. It's gonna be tough to say because you've kept it in for so long and you think that this weird energy is yours, but it's other people's. So there's a bit of rewinding, not attaching emotion, and then just letting it go. And it's going to send you on this new path. And this new path is going to send you due north, your true north node. So they're saying if you are interested, you can look into your birth chart and actually find out what is your north node. So that would be in a sign of the zodiac. Everyone's is different. So take your element, take your whatever, and I want to say with a grain of salt, but you'll find that you've already kind of been doing your purpose this whole time. There's just been a little bit of doubt. And so as we brought this, people are going to be so fascinated with what you have to say. Yeah, they're just going to sit there like, whoa, yeah, cool. I never thought of it that way. And so last but not least, there's only one main thing that seems to be clogging or blocking the things they say. There's lots of really random outside, and you think that those are the fires or the little things you got to clean up first, but they're saying, no, it's that heavy, whatever, the bats inside you. I don't like black licorice. I don't like that. Whatever that is, the more and more you keep pushing it down, the more and more energy it gets, the more and more solidified that block becomes. And so now they're saying it's time to like work that up and out. Speak up. We're so excited to hear what you have to say. And it's interesting because your guides have been working with you. Your guides, plus if you allow Orion or Archangel Gabriel, they've got a story that they want to share that only you can tell. And they help you with the insights. They're the ones that really help you step into your master number 33. And they're kind of like that sort of enlightenment, that sort of truth. No more bending things to smile when you don't want to smile. It's not smile when you don't want to smile. I keep seeing it as a smile, but that was the energy curving. And it was like, no, it's supposed to be a straight line. It's not supposed to be like, well, time is that way, they say. But in this instance, let's just keep it smooth. The smoother the path, the easier it will be to just let things up and out. Because it's solidified in you. That's not your energy. So you gotta let that go and let it flow. Kubidoos, do you got any insights that you want to share? He said, be free, be carefree. Just go with the flow. No need to stress. He actually really showed me that he wants to go to the place that I don't want to say out loud because then his excitement will get too up there, but we'll probably go. And so back to this one. Read this and then we'll end. Take care of your body. Don't do anything to excess. Your body is your temple. So when that energy really starts to flow again, because you're going to start talking, and I think you think you're going to get lots of backlash, but you're not. People are going to be like, interesting. Like I said, in my presentation, I thought I did it all wrong because I listened to like 15 people go before me and I was like, shit, like I did not do it that way. And by the end, everyone's like, wow, that one was so fun to listen to. We really, really liked what you did. I had like pictures up on it and I kind of dimmed the lights and I just made an experience. And that's kind of what you're going to do with whatever story that you feel you need to share. Whatever this thing is that you're just so scared or you think you don't like, I don't know, you're just going to mature and grow and let it flow, they say. So remember to ground that energy so that you can actively use it into something productive. We'll leave it there. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.